Dream-reality confusion. Imagine opening your fridge and struggling to find something you know you bought at the store only yesterday. Then you realize it was just a dream. Then you get a notification on your phone alerting you that your internet bill still needs to be paid. What the fuck? I already paid that, you say, only to instantly realize this was another dream. Dream-reality confusion happens to a lot of people, myself included, where you seem to recall doing mundane tasks or other uninteresting events from dreams rather than reality. This usually affects people who don't get good quality sleep. If you struggle to go to bed at a consistent time, you'll probably be waking up sporadically throughout the night. On top of this, when you lack sleep, your dreams are typically way more intense, hyper, and vivid, feeling way more similar to real life. Naturally, when you go from these vivid dreams to suddenly being awake, it causes your brain to confuse real memories with your dream memories. The 3 a.m. genius loop. Many people, again like myself, who struggle to get good consistent sleep, often find themselves hopelessly lying awake in the middle of the night, uncomfortable for hours. Then 3 a.m. hits, and suddenly you feel different. You feel enlightened. You aren't running away from your problems, you're solving them. You can't even tell if your solutions make any sense, but you feel on fire. Why are you so creatively inspired at such a strange time? Well, you're going through the 3 a.m. genius loop. When you're tired, your critical thinking is lowered, and so are your inhibitions. Half-baked ideas feel like absolute gold. Adrenaline builds up as the brain feels compelled to record, build, or act on the idea immediately. The next day, the holes in your thinking are a little more obvious. However, not everyone's ideas during the 3 a.m. genius loop are stupid. The periodic table was famously discovered after 3 days of exhausting layout attempts, until Dmitry Mendeleev fell asleep and saw the complete, functional grid of elements fall perfectly into place. Yesterday, the Beatles song by Paul McCartney was created when he woke up with fully formed melodies playing in his head. When he used his piano to play it before he forgot it, he had to verify that he hadn't accidentally plagiarized someone else's work because it was just so perfect. Compensatory dreams. If you've ever experienced unresolved trauma, where somebody has hurt you and you are constantly avoiding addressing it head-on, sometimes your brain has a strange way of interpreting this information while you're asleep. In a compensatory dream, the villain in your life suddenly becomes a good guy, someone that you are friendly with, or a terrifying situation you were in flips into something healing or even funny. Then you wake up confused and totally disoriented. This is your dream doing deep emotional remodeling. During REM sleep, your brain becomes a master therapist. Stress chemicals drop way down, creating a safe space to play with difficult memories. Instead of reliving the trauma, your brain starts experimenting. What if things were different? What if this person wasn't purely evil? What if I could see it from another angle? Carl Jung, the psychologist behind compensatory dream research, believes the psyche acts as a self-regulating system, much like how the body maintains physical homeostasis. When your waking life becomes too focused on a specific mindset, your dream state comes in to balance the scales. These dreams shouldn't be taken as direct instructions, but rather curious thought experiments that serve to bring awareness to mental blind spots and the part of your mind you are neglecting. Sleep countdown. You know that special kind of torture where you need to sleep because you have work coming up or an exam or an early flight, but your brain decides tonight is the perfect time to stay wide awake? So instead of sleeping, you start doing the math. If I fall asleep right now, I'll still get 6 hours. Okay, now it's 5. Fuck, I'll only get 4.5 now. I hope I won't feel like shit. I probably will. You're checking the clock each time, coping throughout the night instead of drifting off. This is sleep countdown, the anxious mental spiral where you calculate how much sleep you could still get if you magically passed out this second. Obsessing over how much time you have left only keeps your brain more alert. Your body retains stress hormones that make it even harder to fall asleep, continuing the cycle. Next time you feel this way, do what soldiers do when they need to get to sleep. Just remove all thoughts from your mind and focus on nothing. It sounded crazy when I first heard it, but removing all incoming thoughts from your brain causes you to pass out in mere minutes. Déjà Rêvé. Sometimes dreams feel like they are predicting your future. For instance, let's say you're at a party and someone you've never met before introduces themselves to you. Suddenly you are overcome with a sense that you've met this person in this exact same scenario before. even though you know it's impossible. Or let's say a friend invites you to a dinner at a restaurant you'd never heard of, but as soon as you get there, for some reason you recognize it. Déjà Rêvé is French for dreamed before. It's a type of déjà vu relating specifically to dreams. It doesn't only happen in our waking life either. It can happen in other dreams. You'll have a dream where you are somewhere in France, and you are sure that you've already dreamed about this exact place before. Day residue. Right before you drift off, it suddenly starts. Your brain hits the replay button and forces you to relive the entire day and fast forward. That awkward thing you said in the meeting? Yup, the conversation at lunch? On loop. Every little win, cringy, or random detail comes rushing back whether you want it to or not. Day residue is when your brain forcefully replays every interesting or mundane event like it's performing its nightly housekeeping. It reviews your experiences, sorts your memories, and decides what to keep and what to file away before it shuts down. Sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is genuinely disturbing. You wake up in the middle of the night, but you can't move, you can't speak, you can't even scream. Your eyes are open, your mind is fully awake, but your body feels like it's been turned off. Sometimes you can even see or feel something is wrong. You may even look at the wall and see visual hallucinations, text on the wall covered in red text that looks like it's from a different language. This is sleep paralysis, and it's one of the most terrifying sleep glitches your brain can throw at you. Here's what's actually happening. Normally when you're dreaming, your brain paralyzes your body so you can't act out your dreams. It's called REM atone. But in sleep paralysis, you wake up before your paralysis wears off. Your brain is conscious, but your body is still stuck in sleep mode. Your amygdala, the fear center, goes into overdrive, which is why it often comes with intense hallucinations, like shadowy figures, a presence in the room, or pressure on your chest. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, is still half asleep, so it's impossible to talk yourself out of the fear. Sleep paralysis happens when you're stressed, overexhausted, and often when you sleep on your back instead of your stomach. You're never in danger, but if you want it to end, say a prayer and it usually stops. I'm saying this from personal experience. False awakenings. You wake up for work and you're hours late. Immediately you feel like shit, rushing out the door without brushing your teeth or getting ready. You look like a total disaster, but any second sooner that you can get to work and explain yourself, the less likely you think it is you'll be fired. Then you actually wake up, on time. It was just a dream. What you experienced was a false awakening, a dream where you believe you've woken up and started your day, only to discover you're still dreaming. It can feel so real that people check the time, use the bathroom, or even have full conversations before realizing that something is off. These dreams are unsettling in the moment, but the relief you feel when you actually wake up is insane. Ultimately, they are a good way to show how poorly your life can go when you aren't responsible. Exploding head syndrome. You're laying down in bed, just starting to fall asleep, when all of a sudden a massive explosion, almost like a flashbang, but without the blinding visual, goes off inside your head. It's loud enough to actually sound real, causing you to jump up and see what's going on in your room. Of course, everything is silent, dark, and normal. So what the hell was that noise then? It was exploding head syndrome. Wait, seriously? There's gotta be a better name for this. Well, despite the dramatic name, it's not dangerous. As your brain transitions from being awake to going to sleep, electrical activity in your brainstem can sometimes literally glitch out. There's a sudden, intense burst of activity in the parts of the brain that process sound. Your brain integrates this random spike as an extremely loud noise, even though nothing's causing it. Nighttime emotional waves. Have you ever noticed how different you feel at night compared to during the day? During the day, your brain is sharp, rational, and good at keeping emotions in check, usually. But as night falls and fatigue sets in, something shifts. Suddenly, small things feel heavier. Old memories resurface. You might feel unusually emotional, anxious, or even strangely euphoric. Some people become deeply reflective, others more irritable or sentimental. It's almost like a milder, everyday Jekyll and Hyde syndrome, not as extreme but still noticeable. This happens because your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, impulse control, and emotional regulation, starts to power down as you get tired. Meanwhile, your amygdala, the emotional center, becomes more dominant. With less oversight from the rational part of your brain, emotions can surge more freely. This is why deep conversations, crying, overthinking, or sudden waves of sadness or gratitude often hit the hardest in the late hours. Writers, artists, and musicians use the drop in daytime inhibitions to tap into unedited creative flows and raw feelings. This is also why people usually write their journal entries at night, or why couples use these hours to share deeper, more heartfelt thoughts. The watched feeling. You're lying in bed in the dark when you suddenly get that unmistakable feeling, like someone is watching you. You can't see anyone, but the sensation is so strong, it makes your skin crawl. You might even feel like there is a presence in the room with you. On top of this, some people report seeing strange things. This is commonly known as the watched feeling, and it's surprisingly common during sleep transitions. When you're falling asleep or waking up, your brain is in a half-dream state. The tempoparietal junction, the area responsible for creating your sense of self and body position, can become disrupted. At the same time, your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, is still highly active. With less rational input from your prefrontal cortex, your brain can misinterpret random signals and create the powerful illusion that someone, or something, is nearby and watching you. This feeling is especially common during sleep paralysis and hypnagogic hallucinations, but it can also happen on its own when you're tired, stressed, or in a dark, quiet environment. Sometimes, even looking at yourself in the mirror for too long can create a distorted image of yourself that looks like a demon, something out of a horror movie. Why do these glitches even occur? Is God just messing with us? Or are we all just part of an advanced AI program that achieved sentience, and this is our code acting up? Comment down below and tell me what you think, and subscribe for more videos about oddities of the mind.